Patrick, in trying to understand consciousness, this active sense of awareness that I have and volition that I can do whatever I want, I like to step back and think about those things that are not conscious, that are subconscious or deep within us, that affect our consciousness, that have an impact on our consciousness that we don't even realize. So some of the work that you've done in dreaming and nightmares are things that we don't control but affect us. So I'm trying to dig below the activeness of consciousness to understand what makes our consciousness.
Yeah, dreams happen to us whether we like it or not, you know? And they affect our behavior whether we like it or not. We can't stop dreaming. And Freud obviously argued that dreams were a major source of the superego and of consciousness itself. Though I never really understood why he said that. I'm convinced that dreams are linked to daytime waking consciousness, but the steps linking the two are obscure to me. Yes, dreams probably participate in some form of memory processing, so memory affects consciousness that way. And dreams affect memory, so there's an indirect link. But I'd be hard-pressed to say how dreams affect consciousness directly. Certainly they're linked. The dreams influence who we are. They influence how we build up a self. So in that sense, the self is central to consciousness, and the self depends on dreams to some extent. So there's that link as well. So there are all these obscure links that are not well studied,
Well, certainly our consciousness is built upon these subconscious or unconscious modules that we have of all different kinds of things.
Yeah.
And the idea is to say how much of our consciousness is really dependent upon those things that are sitting below, churning below. The fact that I don't remember any dreams I've had in the last 2 weeks. Could it be that those dreams that I've had are actually affecting me more than I realize?
I would say yes. Yeah. One fact that's understudied about dreams is the extent to which they're shared. Once you remember them, certainly in all other cultures, up till the modern era, the dreams were, almost in every culture studied, dreams were prime things to share, with others. If you had a dream, the idea was to share it, tell your dream, because you would gain fitness benefits.
By telling your dream?
Sure, you would enhance your reputation, particularly if you had a nightmare.
I think my dreams would have hurt my reputation.
Yeah, if you censored them. But these people didn't even censor them. If you were having sex with somebody you weren't supposed to, it still enhanced your reputation somehow.
Oh, I see, okay.
And particularly in Native American cultures, the dream was sort of central to a lot of their ritual ceremonies, a lot of their daytime activities, and they took them really seriously. So, dreams are really important for the building up of the self, and in that sense, they're indirectly linked to consciousness in our waking daytime activities. And to that extent, they're one of these subroutines that are going on all the time.
Subroutine is a good word because
they happen automatically. They produce a certain output. The output affects behavior in some way. And my point is that when we remember a dream and we share it, the dream has the potential to go on affecting your behavior day after day after day, whereas the ones we forget obviously don't have that capacity, and the ones we don't share don't either. But the ones we share are the ones linked to reputation.
How about bad dreams, nightmares?
Nightmares especially, for the particularly in the ancient cultures, the shamans were always made it a point to share a nightmare when they had a nightmare, because it showed that they wrestled with demons and won. They came back to tell about it. Anybody who can wrestle with an evil spirit has something you want to acquire, and he's the guy you would go to for especially problematic cases. So in that sense, it was good to have a nightmare, but you didn't want to have too many, because then you were considered sort of this really awesome figure. You were held in awe, that you were feared. And too much of that is not good for a shaman. But
if we have nightmares, sometimes that will sort of affect your self-feeling during the day, the next day.
The mood lingers.
The mood lingers, right?
Yeah.
And so it does affect your conscious emotion, what you are.
Yes, I think so. And even dreams, not just nightmares, even dreams. Most dreams, particularly REM dreams, have moods associated with them. And they linger. One of the best examples of this is visitation dreams.
Oh.
If you've ever lost somebody you loved,
right.
This people report it all the time. Somebody they love is gone. 2 months later, the person appears in the dream. But they're not like they were right before they died. They're not ill. They're not sick. They're sort of younger and they're more healthy. They who they were when they were at their prime. And they give you a message. And the message is, I'm okay, don't worry about me, I'm still with you somehow. That's got to be one of the sources of religion and supernatural agent concepts. Mm-hmm. If you had this powerful dream, well, they're not gone. I felt them. Mm. I saw them. I felt them. I still do. I'm awake. I'm still feeling the presence of that person. Mm-hmm. And that really is evidence for supernatural agent concepts, at least in ancient cultures.